Hello and welcome back to my channel, Higher Thinking with Valerie Yu. Today's topic is going to be about those hard times, okay? And what you can do for yourself to help those hard times not feel so hard, okay? So, first off, I want to start by saying thank you for being here. And second of all, if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. All right, so let's get into it. So the reason why I'm talking about this because I recently went through a hard time, okay? Um, and when I think about why it felt so heavy, because these these emotions that are considered lower vibrational emotions only because if you stay in them too long, they could, you know, lead to making or thinking long-term lower vibrational frequency. So that's why you don't want to stay in those lower vibrations for too long, um, because you don't want to stay in that low frequency. Then you're going to be, energy is everything in this world. Um, and if you don't understand that now, just keep on living life, seeking knowledge, listening to people, looking within, because you'll eventually understand exactly what that means. But everything is energy. So if you are in a low vibrational state for a long period of time, you naturally are calling in more things that are going to make you feel that way, and experiences that are going to make you feel that way, and people that are going to make you feel that way, because your perspective on life is everything, but you can't have gloomy thoughts and have a bright perspective. It doesn't work that way. As within, so without. So whatever's going on internally is what you're going to kind of be feeling on your outside reality, okay? So, but those lower emotions, like, they're heavy, right? Anger can feel heavy, sadness, grief, shame, guilt, like they feel heavy. And you also feel them in your lower chakras, right? Which is like the root, the sacral, the solar plexus. All of the chakras are important, but that's where you feel those. That's why they feel heavy, because you're feeling them in those lower chakras. And so what you need to do, I'm sorry guys, my throat, it's not that I'm sick or anything like that. Like, I'm totally fine, okay? Like, but I have been going through some throat chakra blockages slash, whatever you want to call it, activations. But yeah, my throat chakra has been going through some stuff lately. So I've been having a lot of, like, having to clear my throat, having a little trouble speaking. Um, I've been trying to make videos for YouTube, and I've been struggling because my throat chakra, okay? So anyway, the first thing you want to do when you're going through a hard time, and this is what I realized I had to do, because sometimes there's going to be moments in life or circumstances out of our control that, may send out these vibrations and we pick up on them. These, um, it's just part of the human experience. I mean, I'm sure there might be people out there that are always happy all the time, but really that's not really realistic, because we do live in a world of duality, right? Good and evil, hot and cold, sun and moon, like light and dark. So we also go, everything that we see on the outside of us, right? Light, dark, sun, moon, hot, cold, is us. We are nature. So we also represent that duality. So we go through those range of emotions. But the first thing you want to do is love on yourself. Do something that you love. And it doesn't have to be something like, it could be like painting, writing, dancing, being with your kids, calling up your best friend, talking to your husband, talking to your wife, whatever it is for you. It could be something like that. But really what I'm saying is, do something for yourself that lifts your spirits. Okay, so for example, if you have the money, of course, like for me, like something that lifts my spirits is buying myself something. Okay, I love to shop and I love to buy. Um, I know you guys see me in like the same sweater all the time. Clothes. I mean, I have kids, so like clothes is not really something that I buy often. Like I did just buy a new outfit off a TikTok shop, but so for me, it would be like buying something that I know is gonna make me feel happy, that's going to bring me that feeling, right? Because I want to do something that's going to bring me something that's counterintuitive to that heavy feeling that I'm feeling. So if I'm feeling sad, angry, guilt, shame, I want to do something that's going to bring me that feeling so that I can, you know, um, I was going to say fight, but like I said, counteract those negative feelings. And it's not about, and like, it doesn't have to be you shopping, okay? It can be something that's literally free, which technically taking a shower isn't free because you got to pay for water, but you can literally go and take a nice shower. Go and take a nice shower and really like do something like extra in the shower. Like just let the water just hit you. You know, imagine your body being cleansed of the energy. You can do something cleansing like walking in nature. That is something that I did on a day where I really needed it. And I'm telling you, when I got when I was in the I was like in a little forest pathway. When I was walking there, I felt so light. I felt light as a feather. As soon as I got back in my car, it's just like whoop, I felt heavy. Not to mention, I was drinking Starbucks on the walk. So don't bring any 3D stuff with you in a nature walk. Don't look at your phone. I didn't look at my phone once. Don't bring food. Don't be having headphones in your ears. I mean, if you want to be listening to like some meditation music, I guess. But like, I would just go straight on in there because the trees are alive and the trees will talk to you and they will lift your spirits, okay? And you can talk to the trees as well. I've talked to the trees, okay? And I've told them like what's going on with me and they give you so much strength and love, okay? So do something for yourself when you're going through a hard time. Do something that you know is going to lift your spirits. And this is not about avoiding what you're going through and blah 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 blah. This is about understanding that it's important to not remain in those lower energies for too long, okay? Because then it could lead you to go back to a habit that, you know, for example, like drinking or smoking, it could lead you back to a habit that doesn't serve your highest good, okay? um I might make a video about that on another day because I actually have been feeling like talking about substances. um because I know that there's a lot of people out there that struggle with substances, and substances can be more than just alcohol, um, you know, MJ, cigarettes, prescription medicine. That's like the main things that I'm thinking about that a lot of people might depend on. But you do have to understand, like, there's a difference between like you know yourself best, okay? But we do have to admit, because I know, because I used to smoke MJ and use it as a crutch, use it as an emotional crutch. I would do it when I was bored. I would do it for because I felt like I needed a spark of creativity. I needed to relax. I was stressed. Whatever. Like, there's so many other higher vibe. The thing about substances is that you have to depend on them. You have to keep doing it to keep getting that feeling, right? Instead of just getting that feeling within yourself. And I guess that me saying, oh yeah, buy something for yourself, that is something outside of yourself. But I'm saying this is how you help yourself during these hard times. And those are not, like I said, if you have the money, do it, right? If you don't do something free, like take a shower. Do something like doing some yoga, doing some stretching, calling up a friend, hugging your children, petting your dog. Those all lift your vibration. If you have a pet, I haven't had a pet in years, but if I had a pet, those are one of the main things that will raise your vibrations. You will immediately have your vibrations raised by petting your dog, loving on your dog, spending time with your dog. That's why they're here, you guys. They're literally here for us, okay? to help us. All animals are, you know, we all are here to help the planet, okay, in our own way. All right. So now we're going to get off that topic of the substances, okay? We're going to talk about now the next thing. So now you help yourself feel a little better. Now that you're feeling a little bit better, now think about how you can, if this is some kind of problem that you're going through, or if the feeling is lingering, now ask yourself, how can I, what can I do? What can I change? What am I in control of? What can I change about myself or my life, right? To make my life better or to fix this situation and start working towards that solution. So, for example, another thing that, so if you guys have been following me for like since January, because that's when I started really like posting at least weekly, I was like very motivated. New year, new me, even though technically the new year doesn't really start till March 20th. The Chinese New Year started February 20th or something like that. But really the new year is when it's spring, because spring is literally new beginnings, right? There's new plants, leaves growing on the tree. Um, that's actually the true new year. But of course, the 3D Matrix, starts it off in January, which is like the middle of freaking winter, which doesn't make any sense. But what I explained in my video in the past was that it's okay, like let's use that as like a quiet come up, because nobody's really like showing out in January, especially if you live in areas where there's snow and it's super cold. Like you're not going outside to the beach in wintertime, right? So it's like the perfect time to start a new year, new you, because you can do it in private. And like the whole month of January, I went hard. I was working out every single day, and yeah, I was doing good. And then I stopped around late January, and like the whole month of February, I think my son woke up. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, give me 1 second. All right. My son is like, he just wants me to be by his side at all times. Even when he wakes up, he expects me to be right next to him. Like, I've been waking up early on the weekend on my days off of work just so that I can have some me time. Okay. So we're going to continue this video because I'm getting to the end. But so I just completely stopped. The whole month of February, I did not work out. His hair is looking crazy. I did not work out at all. In fact, the whole month of February was rough for me, and I was just working. I was overeating, and like I was indulging in coffee and sweets, like overindulging. And like that's something that I do when sometimes we unconsciously self-sabotage too when we're going through a hard time. But that's kind of what I was doing. And then, just recently, but it's been slowly creeping up on me, but just recently I just realized like how much weight I was gaining. Okay. And like summer's coming, and I'm like, oh no. I was like, I put a bathing suit on, and I was like, yeah, no. I was like, I gained a lot of weight, and I did this to myself. And that is also, I've also been avoiding, relax, baby, relax. It's okay. Relax. He's squirming like a worm. Um, my kids, like, they don't like me to do anything. Like if they see me doing something for myself, they just don't. I don't know. They have like issues with it. Like I don't know what their problem is, but anyway, so that's motherhood. I know moms can relate. Motherhood is that's man. That's a video for another day. But so that was part of the reason why I was going through a hard time as well, because I knew that I wasn't feeling my best because I was eating so much sweets. I was gaining weight and I was just not caring about myself. And I was starting to realize that. And I was like, I have to make a change. So these past 2 days, I've been really watching what I eat and, not overeating, because that's what I was doing. I was overeating to the point where I was so full, where I was like laying down on my bed with holding my stomach because my stomach was so full. You know what I mean? So I stopped doing that, and like every day I'm reminding myself why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I love myself, because I know that doing this is going to help me be more clear-minded. It's going to help me be lighter. And when your body is physically lighter, you're going to be able to have those suppressed emotions be more clear as to what it is, where it's coming from, what's the root of how you're feeling, what is it in your life that is not, what in your life is not bringing you the satisfaction, the fulfillment that you desire. Because sometimes we do stuff in our life to ourselves. Like, for example, me overeating, that was something that I was doing. I had control over that. I was making myself physically feel not in a higher vibration because I was making myself heavy, overeating, indulging in too much sweets. Like, all that stuff is not good. Drinking Starbucks every single day is not good. It's a lot of artificial sugar and flavoring and all that stuff, okay? So ask yourself where in your life you have control over that you are not taking control over. You're just kind of just letting yourself do whatever you want. We have to, when you become an adult, you have to self-discipline. You have to discipline yourself. That's something that you have to learn. And if you didn't have any discipline as a child, that's going to be even harder, right, as an adult, to discipline yourself. But you can do it. You just have to do something small. Start off small. Every morning for 5 minutes, I'm going to do this just so I can prove to myself that I can discipline myself. It's not easy, but it does get easier. It does get easier. You just got to keep doing it. But that's really all I got for you guys today, because I got to get into mom mode for the rest of the day. And but I will come back on, and if you guys have any questions or comments, drop them below. If you want me to talk about anything specific, let me know as well. But other than that, I just want to thank you guys for watching to the end of this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.